Hello everyone, welcome back to CogniSolver. So in this video we're gonna talk about loops in JavaScript. Okay, so loops in JavaScript are used to execute a block of code repeatedly. So what do I mean by that? Suppose ये जो line है console.log, I'm printing this line, hi welcome to CogniSolver. So I want to print it 10 times. So what options do I have here? So I can write this line 10 times, right? I can do copy and just paste this line 10 times and it will print the output 10 times. Let me just do it real quick and show you. Okay, I'm just printing and I'm just do this 10 times. Okay, so this is how a repeated work we can do, very simple way. But it was a simple line. Suppose we have a block of code, there is a logic which will take a photo and from a user and will upload that photo to the database and will show the user in the UI. So that's a block of code, kind of it will be kind of a 20 or 15 lines of code, maybe some bigger logic of 50 lines, 60 lines, 100 lines of code, and we want to repeat that particular thing, right? So it's not convenient and not also suggested to repeat those lines of codes again and again. So that is where the concept of loops comes into the picture. So see, I'll do this exact thing in only one or two lines. So before that, so there are several loops in JavaScript, but in this video we'll talk about for loop and while loop. Okay, mainly because these are the basic loops. So we'll start from the for loop. So the for loop is widely used for iterating over a range of values. It consists of three parts: initialization, condition, and iteration. So let me just write the code for you, so it will be easy to understand. So its syntax is quite simple. You will write for, you will open up parenthesis, you will write the first part, that is initialization. So you'll have to initialize a iterator variable. So I'll say let I equal to 0. Perfect. Then second part comes as condition, like till when, like from when the control will get out of this particular loop, because we don't want an infinite loop, right? Because the control will inside the loop and it will keep on running and the rest of the codes won't be executed. So we'll have to define a condition. So suppose I is less than 5. Okay, and then we'll have increment, iteration or increment, whatever you can call that. I start from 0. So from each iteration, how much it will go? Like my initial condition is I equal to 0 and I should be less than 5. So for each iteration, how much I should increment? So this is what we'll define here. That is called iteration value. So it's I plus plus, means in each iteration I will increase by 1. You can say I plus you can also say I equals to I plus 2. That's also fine, right? Or I equal to I plus 1, I plus 5, whatever you want. So I'll say I plus plus normally, so that in each iteration I will increase by 1. Then you'll open the curly braces. Inside this you'll write your logic, like which things you want to repeat. So for my case, I want to repeat this console log statement, right? So I'll just paste it here 1 times and see 5 times get printed. I'll just, if I say less than 10, it will get printed 10 times. Now see the console, you cannot see the 10 lines here, because console also knows that you are printing it in a for loop and same line gonna print again and again. So same output gonna come. So that is why it's saying here a 10 number, that is it's printed 10 times, right? So yeah, this is the for loop, pretty basic syntax. Next we'll talk about a while loop. Okay, so let the for loop be there. We'll do a while loop. So the while loop repeatedly executes a block of code as long as specified condition remains true. So the syntax is quite simple. Let me just give a comment right here to for loop, and we'll start here while. Perfect. So the syntax is you need a variable outside, a global variable, a global or local, like whatever the variable, it should be outside of this while loop. Like in for loop we define iterator variable inside the loop definition, right? But in while loop we need the iterator variable outside. So let's just have let x equal to 0, and we'll define while loop like while, we'll say while x is while x is less than 5, we have to give some task. So we're saying while x is less than 5, do something which is written in the while loop. So we'll again print this thing. We'll say this is from while loop. Perfect. Okay, so we can see the things are not getting printed, but see here the document, it is loading like in the browser. So right now it is in the infinite loop condition, and sooner our system gonna crash if it is going for long. So we have to define a condition to break out of the loop, like when it needs to break out. So we'll have to increment the x in each iteration, so that in each iteration it will increment by 1, and when it will reach 5, then the condition will break and it will move out of the loop. So right now our system is hanged, I think, because of the infinite loop thing. Okay, so we'll just do a quick refresh down here. So this is while loop. See, now this is from while loop. This statement is getting printed 5 times, right? Yeah, so there goes our while loop. Next we saw how to get out of the loops. Like in for loop we have a condition, right? Whenever this I value is equal to or greater than 10, not greater, if it is equal to 10, then not it's gonna get out. If we'll say condition that it is less than equal to 10, then of course it's gonna iterate 11 times, because we are starting from 0, right? So as soon as it got equal to 10 in this condition, particular condition, the loop, the control will get out of the loop, and loop will not execute anymore. We'll go to the next line, right? So same is for while loop. So control will come to here and will check if x is less than 5. Yes, it is. It will print this statement and will increment the x by 1. Now x is basically 1, so 1 is less than 5, again true. So still this while loop condition is true. This condition is true, this while loop will work. And when it get false, it will get out of the loop. So we have to keep in the track that we increment or decrement the iterator, in order to we have to have some end case where the iteration will stop, the condition will fail in the while loop. Otherwise it will fall into the infinite loop, and then your system will crash eventually. Okay, so this is how we can get out of the loop by the conditions. But we can get out of the loop, or we can manipulate these statements in the loop, because see, this prints this statement like welcome to Cognitive Solver. Now I'll write one more statement here. I'll say console.log I am second statement. Okay, type little typo here. So see, first hi welcome to Cognitive Solver will get printed, then hi, then I am a second statement, it will get printed, right? See, this pattern will follow. But what if you want to print this hi welcome to Cognitive Solver 5 times, and I am a second statement only 2 or 3 times? You want that kind of control over it. So how to do that? So in that case, we'll use the loop control statements. Now what do I mean by that? We can say we can give a condition here that if I, so we want our requirement is to print the first line, that is hi welcome to Cognos server 10 times, but I am a second statement only 5 times. So when I will reach 5, we'll stop the execution of this line. So what we'll say if I is greater or equal than 5, then continue. Okay, so this is one approach. See, you'll see. Okay, let me just comment out this first console log statement. Perfect. So see, hi, welcome to Cognos solver. Then I am a second statement. Welcome to Cognos solver, second statement. So 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, 5 time. So after 5 time, only hi, welcome to Cognos solver is getting printed. Not the line I am second statement, because when I is reaching 5, so control will come here and will say okay, continue. So what continue does is basically skips the current iteration. So whatever the current iteration is, like when I is equal to 5, so at that time this particular line will execute, because it is not in the condition. So it will execute and the control will come here and will say continue. Okay, so now it will think, okay, I have to skip this particular iteration. So it will come directly to the I++ and will not execute this line. Understood? So this is to skip a particular iteration. And if you want, okay, I have printed 5 times. Now I don't want to print even one single line. I want to get out of the loop. So what it will do? It will simply say break. So if you say break, it will get out of the loop. And now see, only 5 times will get, things will be getting printed inside this for loop. And after 5 times, there is no extra hi welcome to Cognos server thing will be there. This thing is coming from this while loop. We'll just simply comment it out. See, so this is how control statements work. So there are particularly 2 things in how you can control your for loops. Break and continue. These are like predefined words, break and continue. If you want to create your own logic, you can also do that. Like if I want that if I is equals to 5, then only I want to print this second statement thing, and I don't want the break thing there. See, so this thing will get printed 10 times, right? Hi, welcome to Cognos server. So 6 times here and 4 times here. And this I am a second statement, it will only get printed 1 time, because in 0 to 10 I gonna be 5 at only 1 time, right? So when I is 5, this thing gonna print. So you can give your own conditions. I want to control everything in the loop. It's like a piece of cake, just simple syntax. You get used to it. So yeah, these were some basic ideas about for loops, while loops, and control statements in loops. So let's end this video right here. So yeah, in the next video we're gonna talk about some special type of loops, like there are a for off loop for each method for arrays, and we can consider it as a loop as well. Okay, so we'll talk about this in the next video. So yeah, that's it for this video. Let's meet in the next video. Till then, keep coding and keep learning.